The following is a special presentation of Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Pleasant Saturday afternoon to you all. Big Polly coming to you. We start the second round of the HTFL playoffs season 2, and we're going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. As Kansas City, the Chiefs are going to host Baltimore, who's already won one playoff game. They come in as the 12 seed. Kansas City is the 5 seed. If Kansas City wins, they will get in round number 3, our quarterfinal round, they'll get Dallas. Baltimore wins, they will get the number 1 seeded Cleveland Browns on a 37-degree day. Minimal win, no precip at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City as we begin this game. We use Action PC Football 2021 because that was the most recent version of the game to start at the start of our season, which we started way back in September, picked it up again in January. Just a couple of Joes starting this game for each team. Joe Flacco against Joe Montana. And the coin flip's going to go Kansas City's way. They will defer. They are in the burgundy colored uniforms, and Baltimore will be in the white. The Ravens have Jermaine Lewis back deep along with Hillenbrand and Laird. And we start our game with a touchback. So Baltimore, as we said, they already won one playoff game, beating Vegas in our first round. In fact, the very simple synopsis of what happened in the first round was that all the home teams won. So chalk held in every game. Now, will that continue in our second round? We will see. Lewis and McCauley. Lewis had a big day, was closing in on 200 yards. But Baltimore took him out late in the game just as a precaution because it was out of reach. Lewis and McCauley. Berry and Alexander are your wideouts. Heap is the tight end. Flacco at quarterback. It's Ogden, Yanda, Curry, Barwigen, and Vogel. Ogden at left tackle is a 10 plus, and we'll give you the defense for Kansas City in just a moment. And Flacco's going to throw on first down, and that's complete to Heap for a gain of 12 yards. Defensively for Kansas City, it's Allen, Smith, Buchanan, and Mays, the front four. Bell, Lanier, and Howley are your linebackers. Thomas, Newton, Robinson, Cherry, those are your defensive backs. And you got 10s all over the place for Kansas City, and Allen, Bell, Robinson, and Cherry, both safeties, are 10s, so you don't look for a lot of passes to the tight ends and the running backs in this game, I would fear. First and 10 at the 32. Flacco, again, he found McAllister, no, not McAllister, McCauley. A gain of 6. Cherry on the stop for Kansas City. Just beginning this second round game, as that's an incompletion for Alexander. And Flacco has started 2 for 3 for 18 yards. Just getting underway. 3rd and 4 from the 38. They've been doing some more analysis of the schedules that were just released for the 2022 season. I think the Rams will be in the first game. I don't know who they're playing in the first game, though. 4th and 4. I know the Bucks will be playing Sunday night against Dallas. 4th and 4 for the 38. And Baltimore will punt, and this is Koch hoping to be it on this punt, and it's taken by Dante Hall, and he gets a nice return, 14 yards, and Kansas City is going to start from their own 25 with 12:30 left in the first quarter, and of course at this point in the game we have no score. So hello to you on a Saturday afternoon. As I record this, just became Saturday afternoon on the East Coast, 12:25. on the hack as I record this right now, but you'll be seeing it later because it takes about 40 minutes for the video to process, and I'll probably have it up probably by about 2:30. So let's give you the starting lineup for Kansas City. It's Charles and Richardson offensively. They are their running backs. Taylor and Bowe are at wideout. Gonzalez is the tight end. Montana quarterbacking out of Notre Dame. Trier, the anchor of the line, he's the left tackle at 10. Shields, Rudnay, Waters, and Schwartz fill out the offensive line. And on first down, we'll go inside and take Charles. Jamal Charles has been a very good running back for Joe Montana to go to. Boulware making the tackle for Baltimore. And it's 2nd and 8 from the 27. A pretty good defensive lineup for Baltimore, too. Marchetti, Nagata, Donovan, Lipscomb, your front four. Hendricks, Lewis, Boulware, your linebackers. Ed Reed anchors the defensive backfield. He's a 10-plus safety. And it's Boyd and McAllister at corner, and Rich Volk is the other safety. Of course, Baltimore is a combination, as I have been joined by my cat Ella, whose tail is right on my legs right now. What was I saying about Baltimore? Well, anyway, Baltimore is a combination of the Colts and the Rams. 3 wide, they'll go to Tyreek Hill here on 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. 3rd and 8. Pat Mahomes was not in the 2020 historical collection. And when we do Season 3 of the HTFL, we'll use the 2022 set, unless Dave Koch Sports does not put out one. 3rd and 8, and we're going to try to work underneath here, go to Charles on the screen. He's got it, but he does not get VAR, a loss of a yard. No, take that back. It's a loss of 3, setting up 4th and 11 at the 24. So Kansas City did not do much there. And Jarrell Wilson in to punt. He was on those Super Bowl teams in the 60s, 66 and 69.
Holding, receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
And it's Hendricks called for the hold, and that's going to set up a 1st and 10 from the 30 with 10:51 left to go. So we've introduced you to both teams, and we'll see who could settle down and play ball. Jamal Lewis, a gain of 5 on a pitch to the left side. Stepped out of bounds, wasn't tackled by anybody. Looked like Robinson was going to get him, but that was not the case. Flacco, incomplete, looking for Heap. Robinson tipping that away, setting up 3rd and 5. Ball at the 35. Got a couple of good defenses here. And cold weather conditions, so I wouldn't be surprised this winds up being a low-scoring game. McCulley on the screen pass, tackled by Cherry. Only gets 4 of those 5 yards needed for a first. And Baltimore will punt it away. And we are going to return this one, too. We got Dante Hall back there. He might break one. Takes it at the 10. And that's a gain of 51. He and Devin Hester, couple of modern-day great return men in the NFL. 1st and 10 at the 24 with 9 minutes exactly left to go. Trap right to Jamal Charles. 8 in the box for Baltimore. A gain of 3 before Big Daddy Lipscomb gets to him. And it's going to be 2nd and 7 at the 27. Like I said, wind very minimal. Kansas City actually going into the wind right now. So they will be at a disadvantage in the opening and closing quarters. And it'll be 2nd and 7. They go 3 wide. They're going to look to Tyreek Hill here on a short cross. Of course, Hill signed up with the Dolphins in the offseason, a gain of 8. I think that's going to be a huge loss to Kansas City, as Mahomes was... Hill was a favorite target of Pat Mahomes. 1st and 10 at the 35. Richardson on a dive play. You don't see them go to Richardson much, but he's a tank when they go to him. A gain of 4, and Boulware on the tackle to set up 2nd and 6. 7:35 now left, opening quarter. And your score right now is no score. We'll look to Hill again, this time on a medium out. And that is complete, although they look like It looked like Hill was double covered. In fact, Baltimore was double covering Tony Gonzalez. So it's the first foray to the plus side of the field for either team. It's going to be first and 10 at the Baltimore 48 for Kansas City, and they will go back to Jamal Charles. And he is stopped at the line for no gain by Ted Hendricks. And it's going to be second and 10 at the 48. Both teams very good defensively, not too many weak spots. Cross to Tyreek Hill, but Baltimore playing short tight, and this is where you could find an opening. We'll go Bo, medium fly route on the 3-wide set, and try to overthrow the coverage, but not to be that time. Covered by King. Tom King comes in when they have a 5 defensive back lineup. Third and 10 at the 48. They'll go 4 wide, which brings in Carlos Carson. And in fact, that's where we're going to go. Medium fly route. Man in motion. And Montana's going to run, but he's not going to run for much. A gain of 5, and that's going to set up 4th down. 4th down and 5 from the 43. And we'll send Wilson in to sideline punt. And he didn't turn the ball over on the kick. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. 4:25 left to go, and the struggle continuing. No score, and now Baltimore in possession at the 20 after the touchback. And Flacco goes and finds Alexander for a 13-yard gain. Emmett Thomas on the stop for Kansas City. First and 10 at the 33. We'll repeat again in case you missed it in the open. If Baltimore wins, they get Cleveland.
False start. Offense, number 31. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
They flag Lewis there for that false start. And that's going to set up first and 15 at the 28. Screen to Lewis, and Lewis will get 11. Bell on the stop for Kansas City. Kansas City wins, they get Dallas in the quarterfinal round. Second and 4 at the 39. That will begin Thursday, this coming Thursday, here on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims channel. Gain of 4 yards. We have a challenge prompted to us with the spot of the ball, and I'm going to take it with the odds being so high.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
Now, if that was like on first down, I wouldn't try the challenge. But with second, you got third and inches. Maybe they could stuff them on a run here on third and inches. Thought it would be worth the effort. So we lose our challenge on a successful challenge. There's McCulley on a screen with an 11-yard gain. Lanier making the stop for the Chiefs. First and 10 at the Kansas City 46. We have 2:24 left, opening quarter. No score yet between the 12th-seeded Ravens and the 5th-seeded Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 46. Gained by McCulley.
Offense
is going to get wiped out.
10-yard penalty.
Vogel called for holding. It'll be first and 20 at the Baltimore 44. So they're back on the minus side of the field. That is incomplete. They were looking for Raymond Berry. Raymond Berry had a big game in that first-round game with Vegas, knocking them out of the playoffs. Second and 20 from the 44. This is our 95th televised game on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. Doing all the playoff games. Third and 20 from the 44. We have 1:22 left. And Kansas City just playing back like a poker player, not getting good cards, just waiting for an opening. And that's incomplete. 4th and 20. And Baltimore's going to punt. Here's Koch. And again, this is going to land deep in KC territory. Hall's going to take it at the 9. He chugs it. I took it at the 10, actually. Just a 3-yard return. And the punt went 46, so the net will be 43. We have a first and 10 at the 13. We go to Charles. Trap on the left side. He gains 5. Setting up second and 5. We go under a minute now, left in the quarter. Charles, quick pitch. And that works for a 4-yard gain. Hendricks on the stop, and we will come to the end of the first quarter on that play. No score. The Ravens, 14 plays, 66 yards, 11 passes. Kansas City, 12 plays, 41 yards, 7 rushes. And we'll see what they could do here on third. The high percentage play is trap right to Jamal Charles. And Baltimore playing off the ball, and that might have cost them a stop there as Charles gets that 1 yard for a first. Kansas City has used their challenge already, and Baltimore still yet to deploy their challenge. A pitch to the right for Jamal Charles, 1st and 10 at the 23. And that's a gain of 3. Nagata bringing it down. And it's going to be 2nd and 7. Otis Taylor on the short hitch. Both teams trying to get something going with the passing game. Gain of 9. And Montana 4 for 6 for 27 yards. After that completion to Taylor, which was his first catch of the game. 1st and 10 now at the 35. We'll run the jet sweep to Otis Taylor to give him the ball right back. And he will get positive yardage past the 50 down to the 47. A gain of 18. And it's 1st and 10 from there, as Kansas City again finding the plus side of the field. We will go off tackle right to Jamal Charles on first. Try to establish the running
Offsides, defense. Number 89, 5-yard penalty.
Which is, if you've been following along all season, that's kind of like how I like to use Action PC football. If I'm the home team, I'm going to try to run the ball because I figure I could get big gains later. That 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 5 at the Baltimore 42. Now, we have a wind advantage, so I'm going to go deep. I'm going to go play action La Bamba to Taylor. And that does not look like it's going to be caught. It is not. Deflected by McAllister, incomplete. And you gotta test the defense. You gotta stretch them out a little bit from time to time. But I like to run the ball. Sweep left Jamal Charles, 2nd and 5. And Jamal will just get back to the line, and that is it. Field goal here would be a long shot, so they'll go to Tyreek Hill on the short out. And Montana is going to get picked. That's Boyd. Boyd going down the sideline. A return of 30 down to the 32. Bobby Boyd getting tons of congratulations on the Baltimore bench. And now Baltimore with a chance to deliver the first blow of the game in great field position at the Kansas City 32. We have 10:52 left in the half. Screen to Lewis. And Lewis, how far will he go? 10 yards and a first. Moving it to the Kansas City 22-yard line. This is the most serious threat we have seen from either team in this game so far. And Flacco incomplete, looking for Robinson. 2nd and 10 at the 22 is channeling Lord Alfred Hayes there. 2nd and 10 from the 22. You ever see any videos where he's managing Billy Robinson and he just rolls the R on Robinson? 3rd and 10 at the 22. So Baltimore's got to get the first down here or be cursed. Incomplete. That was Danhausen, by the way. An incomplete pass intended for Alexander. So Baltimore will try a field goal of 40 yards, which they hit. And that was Matt Stover with the successful kick. 3-0 with 9:33 left to go. Dante Hall back deep, and he's a guy who could change things with one return. A short kickoff. Hall took it at around the 15. It was at the 17. Returned it 19 to the 36. 1st and 10 at the 36. And we're going to sweep with Jamal. And he's going to gain some serious yardage there. He had enough for the first down.
Encroachment, defense.
And it will stick.
Number 76, 5-yard penalty.
Big Daddy Lipscomb called for the encroachment. 1st and 10 at the 48. Back to Richardson, who He's like a bowling ball in that offensive backfield, and he powers his way for 3 yards. Boyd making the tackle. I don't think we've gone to Tony Gonzalez yet, and he could be a lethal weapon in that passing arsenal for Kansas City. 4-2 man. We'll just stick with the play call as is. Look for 88. Doesn't go his way. Gonzalez.
Pass interference. Defense.
Lobbied for
Number
pass
20,
interference. Gets
10-yard
it.
penalty. Automatic. First down.
Ed Reed pointing a finger at Gonzalez saying, "Oh, you going to cry to the referee? I'll get you, sucker." 1st and 10 at the 30. Charles. And that'll be a 13-yard gain if it sticks.
Offsides. Defense.
And it will stick.
Number 70. 5-yard penalty.
So a couple of good carries there for Jamal Charles. Let's see where he is at on the stat sheet. 10 carries and 43 yards. 1st and 10 at the 26. Close enough, I think, for Montana to take a shot at something here. And we're going to go play action medium slant to Otis Taylor. Played a big role in Super Bowl IV and their first World Championship win. That was a dump off to Richardson, 4-yard gain. Tackled by Ted Hendricks. 2nd and 6 at the Baltimore 22. All rules are in the playoffs are the same, except if we go overtime, there is no 15-minute time limit. We continue until somebody scores. And this is Jamal, another first down for him, a gain of 9 yards. And Detroit really feeling something here with this running game of theirs. 7:22 left in the half. This has been a 6-play, 51-yard drive with a lot of thanks to the running of Jamal Charles, who they go to again. No gain this time, brought down by Ray Lewis out of the U of Miami. 2nd and 10 at the 13. We will go Taylor on a slant in the 3-wide set. And this is on target and a touchdown, Kansas City. Otis Taylor gives Kansas City their first lead of this second-round playoff game. And your point after try good by Butker. 7-3. And we still have a lot of time left in the first half, 6 minutes to be exact. And 6 minutes exactly, 6:00. Lewis back deep for Baltimore, and this will wind up being a touchback. Montana now, 6 for 10, 44 yards. Not a good showing so far, but that touchdown will soothe the pain of that interception that he threw earlier. 1st and 10, Baltimore at their own 20. Flacco finding Raymond Berry, a gain of 7 yards. Tomorrow on this channel, Washington hosting Miami. Monday, Tampa Bay and Chicago. And then to wrap up the week, it'll be Denver going to Minnesota on Tuesday. 2nd and 3 at the 27. We'll come back Thursday. We take a day off. And I've been using that to record podcasts of Paulie Talks Wrestling. And at 6 o'clock tonight, or thereabouts, depending on your podcast app of choice, I will have up our latest episode, which is going to be a look at the first Saturday night's main event, May 11th, 1985. It aired on NBC. And, of course, the anniversary of that just passing this week. Incomplete. Flacco was trying to check down the Lewis, but Lewis could not grab it. 4th and 3. Here is Koch at the 15, punting it to Hall at about the 28. And Hall, look at him go. 30, 20, 10. He takes it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Defense. 5-yard penalty.
We have an offsides penalty against Jones. So don't celebrate just yet. Jones, and that gives Baltimore a first down. 1st and 10 at the 32. So that takes a touchdown off the board for Kansas City. And a nice throw there for Alexander. 15-yard gain tackled by Emmett Thomas. We have Mays, who was one of the defensive tackles coming out of the game due to injury. Chris Jones is going to replace him out of Mississippi State, Bulldog country. First and 10 at the 47. Long throw, caught by McCulley. And that's a gain of 30. So look at how momentum has changed in this game. Looked like Kansas City had a touchdown on a punt return. It's going to be first and 10 at the 23 now, so Baltimore could strike. Flacco looking for Heap. Robinson on good coverage. Flacco has been very active in the first half, 10 for 21, 119 yards. Second and 10. McCulley, another big... No, I'll take that back. That's Lewis. Lewis of a 6-yard gain. And it's going to be third down and 4 at the 17. Flacco looking for Heap. Heap was well covered, and it's an incomplete pass. So Stover from 34. He's good. So Baltimore salvages some points out of all of that, and it's 7-6. 2:51 left in quarter number 2. Dante Hall again back deep. Took it at about the 1 or the 2-yard line, and it'll say the 2. His return, 34 yards out to the 36. So, we'll see how Kansas City's 2-minute drill will go. Crossed Otis Taylor on first from the 36. And that's right on the money, a 14-yard gain and a first down. They could get another play in here before the 2-minute warning, and Montana will try that. We'll go to Bo, first and 10 from midfield. And Dwayne Bowe with a nice grab of 12. And we'll go to the 2. The score 7-6 in favor of Kansas City. Each team with all of their timeouts left in the bank. Ball is at the 38. Remember, we got the wind at our backs. It's going to be a screen to Jamal Charles, who's in negative territory on pass catches. But he makes up for it here. 30, 20, down to the 16, a gain of 22. And they'll stay with the hurry-up offense. They'll go to Taylor on a medium pass. And it goes to Tony. A 6-yard gain, and Joe will call time with, beg your pardon, folks. Usually I hit the mute button when I cough. Second and 4 at the 10. Montana now 10 of 14, 98 yards. That one pick and that one touchdown. Gonzalez, his first grab of the game for 6 yards. And we'll go to Hill on the 4-wide set. Medium slant. Kansas City in very good shape. Incomplete pass. Third and 4. And we'll go short. We'll look for Bo. And, that's off the hands of Bo. Looked like he had a short touchdown. Maybe he realized that and started thinking ahead, and he forgot to catch the ball. So 4th and 4 at the 10. We have 1:08 left. Butker on, and he'll try a field goal of 27 yards, which he hits. And it's 10-6. So we have the makings of an excellent game here. 1:05 left. Baltimore the 12 seed, Kansas City the 5. So if Kansas City wins, they get Dallas. Baltimore wins, they get Cleveland. And Kansas City kicking deep, and it'll be good for a touchback as that ball lands somewhere in Kansas. First and 10 at the 20. They give it to McCulley. He'll gain 2. I'm not calling time. I figure Baltimore will call time. No, they're not. Interesting. They content to go into half, trailing 10-6 with 3 timeouts at bay. Screen to McCulley, and that just floats in the air, and McCulley couldn't find it. 3rd and 8 at the 22. And a run here for McCulley is going to result in a 2-yard gain. Now I'm going to call timeout. I have 1 left. And with 34 seconds left to go in quarter number 2, it's punting time for Sam Coke. And you got Hall back there, and Hall could make something out of nothing. Gain of 5. Punt went 40, so the net will be 35. And with 27 seconds left, you still got 1 timeout. And it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Medium out, Tony Gonzalez. Baltimore playing way off the ball. That is caught. He gets out of bounds. A 9-yard gain. Keene, Stukes, Nelson all coming in playing defensive back. If you're wondering who number 80 is, as am I, that is Andy Nelson. 2nd and a yard. We'll go Taylor medium out. Try to get that yard. He caught it, and that's a 13-yard gain. They had him double-teamed. Oh, he did not get out of bounds. So with 12 seconds left, it's 1st and 10 from the 37. Now, head out of bounds. Try a short out, and we're going to look to Dwayne Bowe. Bowe, it was caught. It was caught by Bowe. Gain of 4. 6 seconds left, and on 2nd and 6 from the 33, better than 50-50 shot that Butker can hit from 50, and we'll give it a try here. It's good. Butker from 50, and we go to halftime with your score. Kansas City 13, Baltimore 6. I will be back in just a moment. Big Paulie back with you to start the second half of play. You know the score, 13-6 Kansas City. If this holds, they get Dallas in the quarterfinals. If Baltimore wins, they get Cleveland. I know I've said that repeatedly, but I figure people might be tuning in to a certain point in the video, so it kind of bears repeating. Hall back deep for Kansas City. They get the ball because they deferred after winning the coin toss. Here's Hall, and he goes from the 3 to the 29. But as you hear, Trier got called for a hold, and that's going to back up the Chiefs to their 9-yard line. Baltimore, 29 plays, 138 yards, 23 passes. Kansas City, 35 plays, 206. 19 plays have been passes, as they snuck in a couple of field goals before the end of the first half. Richardson on a dive, and he will gain 2 yards. Lewis on the tackle. They were doubling on Travis Kelce for some reason. Trap left Charles on 2nd, and he will gain 7 yards. So they'll bring in a 3rd tight end, which will be White, as in Walter White. No, not that Walter White from Breaking Bad. 3rd in the yard. Bryan Cranston is now out there playing tight end. Trap right Charles on 3rd in the yard. He will get the first down. Pickup of 2. Back to the base formation. And we'll screen it out to Richardson. And that was well covered and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the double. Trap right Jamal Charles. And that's a gain of 8. 3rd and a deuce. Play action short hitch to Travis Kelce. And he is there. And that is a grab of 13 yards. Volk finally bringing him down. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 41. We have 11:30 left to go, 3rd quarter. Already a 6-play drive, as Kansas City has had to convert a couple of 3rd downs. Sweep to the left to Jamal Charles. 8 in the box for Baltimore. We have a marker down, and we'll see if this 11-yard gain stands.
Holding. Offense. Number 71. 10-yard penalty.
It does not. It'll be 1st and 20 from the 31. Dive to Charles. We'll try to knock down that 20-yard distance a bit. We get 3. Setting up 2nd and 17. Charles tired, so we're just going to use him as a decoy. Go to Tyreek Hill on a pass, medium hitch. And Montana gets picked by Volk. Boyd had a hand in that interception too. And he returned it 14 yards to the 37 of Baltimore. So 2 picks now by Joe Montana, who really hasn't had a good day. You got to keep the ball out of the enemy's hands. 1st and 10 at the Kansas City 37. Pitch to Lewis, who they have been ignoring in the first half. Flacco throwing up all those passes. A gain of 6. Willie Lanier on the stop. 2nd and 4 from the 31. Hope you are all well this 14th of May. A 3-yard gain, McCulley, and that's 3rd and a yard now at the 28 of KC. And Flacco with plenty of time on 3rd. Heap with the reception, a gain of 10, and Robinson on that tackle. Baltimore converts a touchdown here. We're looking at a tie game. Quick hitter for McCulley, but Flacco was roughed up by Allen, and they will rule that an incompletion. Didn't quite get to McCulley. Kansas City fans thought that was a fumble, but not to be. 2nd and 10 from the 18. 7:29 now left, 3rd quarter. We're already halfway through the 3rd quarter. A gain of 7. I always find the 3rd quarter is the quickest. And Lewis, a gain of 7. Deron Cherry making that tackle. 3rd and 3 from the 11. And that was Buchanan making a fine play to stop Lewis from getting the first down on 3rd and 3. So Stover's coming in. He'll try a 28-yarder to make it 13-9, which he hits. 5:55. Fives wild in the 3rd quarter. Hall, Charles, Holmes back deep. It's going to be a short onside kick recovered by Rudney. Surprise onside, but Kansas City didn't look like they were anticipated, but they were Johnny on the spot. So it'll be good field position for Kansas City at the Baltimore 49, a 13-9 lead. Dive to Jamal Charles on 1st down, and he will pick up nothing and like it. Lewis on the stop for Baltimore. As a team, Kansas City 22 carries, 104 yards. Charles has 17 carries for 72. And we're going to try that hitch to Travis Kelce again on 2nd and 10. And Montana flushed out of the pocket, couldn't find him. 3rd and 10, they'll go 3 wide, which brings in, I think that brings in Tyreek Hill. Yes, it does. And that's where we're going. Hitch to Tyreek on 3rd. But overthrown and an incompletion. So Baltimore looking like they may have something going here. Terrell Wilson, sideline punt. And that was a good one. And the spot will be the 11 after a 38-yard punt. 1st and 10 from the 11. Baltimore, 89 yards to go to take the lead with 4:47 left in the 3rd. McCulley, a 3-yard gain. They have been going to McCulley almost as much as they've been going to Jamal Lewis. He has 5 carries, 14 yards, but more importantly, he has 4 catches right now, 4:51. 2nd and 7, ball now at the 14. Incomplete, looking for Barry, and it might have been caught by Barry. Stand by.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit the ground.
It is a
the
catch.
pass is complete. No timeout will be charged.
A catch and a 1st down for Raymond Barry. And Flacco moves to 12 for 26, 143 yards. Let's see where that puts Barry. Barry now 2 catches and 21. 1st and 10 at the 28, 3:58 left to go. McCulley, 3 yards on that catch. Cherry pushing him out of bounds. 2nd and 7, ball at the 31. Oops, sorry about that, folks. Incomplete as Flacco is trying to look for Jamal Lewis. 3rd and 7, ball at the 31 again. I keep hitting the button inappropriately. Sorry, folks. Gain of 12 to Todd Heap. Flacco, another 1st down. Might have something going here. Ball at the 43. And Heap again, 14 yards. Possible penalty on the play, but they're going to pick up the flags. Ball now at the Kansas City 43. So we have quite a game here in this 2nd round playoff between the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Ravens trailing 13-9, but they're driving with 2:28 left in the 3rd. And that is Alexander. Alexander scooting his way to 12 yards. And Thomas making the stop, Emmett Thomas for the Chiefs. And the fans here at Arrowhead getting a bit more concerned. 1st and 10 at the 31. That is Jamal Lewis, a 4-yard gain. We're under a minute now left in quarter number 3. It's 13-9. Kansas City leading. 2nd and 6 from the 27. Looked like
Personal foul.
Flacco was
Defense.
throwing into double
Automatic.
coverage.
First down.
And Allen got into it with one of the linemen. And that is even a greater gain for the Ravens. They're now at the Kansas City 13. 8 plays, 76-yard drive. This could be the final play of the third quarter. Not to be. Incomplete. Flacco was looking for McCulley. Flacco is now up to 16 to 32. 184 yards. 13 seconds left. Ball at the 13. And that's McCulley, another grab, 4 yards. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. Kansas City leading, but Baltimore threatening. It's 13-9. Baltimore, 45 plays now, 230 yards, 33 passes. Kansas City, 46 for 241, 24 passes. McCulley now 6 catches to lead, I believe, everybody, 58 yards. 3rd and 6 at the 9. Could he become the difference maker in this second round game? Flacco was looking for Lewis, incomplete, and again, Baltimore is going to have to settle for 3. This would make it a 1-point game, though. Flacco giving way to Stover, who hits from 26 yards, 13-12. Of course, there was a very famous game that ended up 15-13. That was the Giants beating the 49ers to go to Super Bowl 25. Couldn't hit a touchdown, but they hit 5 field goals, and that was enough. 1st and 10. I think that's on YouTube. Pat Summerall and John Madden calling that. A couple of the greats. And Baltimore kicking away. Here's Dante Hall. It's another onside kick, but again, Kansas City right there. Rudnay again recovering that kickoff. So he's had 2 returns in this game, most surprisingly. We'll go Richardson on a dive. 1st and 10 from the Baltimore 49. Straight ahead and 3 yards. Tackled by Ed Reed. So what a game we have here. 13-12. Kansas City leading. Sweep to the right for Jamal Charles. And Charles past the secondary, past the 30, down to the 28, a gain of 18. Kansas City, 1st and 10 at the 28. Now remember, there is a slight wind in their face. But we're going to try a big one here. Play action long pass to Taylor. And Taylor with a big grab at the 10. Play gain 20 yards, so it's actually 1st and goal at the 8. 12:57 now left, 4th quarter. Kansas City trying to hang on. Off tackle right, Jamal Charles. And Charles is going to find, no, he is stopped short. I thought he had a touchdown. Nagata with a great tackle to prevent the 6 points from being tallied at the 1. Charles gains 7 yards. He's at 97 on the day, and we'll go to him again. And he's short by a few inches. Ray Lewis this time with a huge tackle. 3rd and goal. 11:18 left. Kansas City. Montana being told to milk the clock. We're going to go 3 tight ends. Bring Walter White in again. But this time, we're going to sneak it with Joe. And he will score. Touchdown, Chiefs. Joe Montana out of Notre Dame, a 1-yard plunge. 19-12. And we'll try that extra point here. Butker is blocked by Hendricks. And Hendricks was known for that in his career, getting blocks on kicks and punts, and he had 4 safeties in his career, which at one point was an NFL record. I think it still may be. So that missed extra point, and we have a 7-point game instead of an 8-point game, still within 1 score. It's 19-12 with 10:32 left to go. Lewis back deep with Hillenbrand and Laird. Hope if you're a Baltimore fan. First and 10 at the 20. Flacco 17 of 34, 188. McCulley with a 2-yard gain. He's now up to 6 carries, 16 yards, 6 grabs for 68. Second and 8 at the 22. Flacco to Berry, incomplete. Third and 8, ball to 22, 9:44 now left, fourth quarter. Looking for Alexander, and that went right through his hands. So Baltimore has to punt it away, and could that be the death knell of the Ravens? We will see. Koch standing about at his own 10. Here's Hall. And Hall took it at the 29, moved it up to the 41, 49-yard punt, 37-yard net. First and 10 at the 41. Again, we're going to use Tony Richardson on a trap, just in case they're spying on Charles. Art Donovan hurt his groin on that last play, but he will be okay. Probably went to the training staff and said, how much do those Chiefs weigh? Second and 9. And it's going to be a short, quick in to Otis Taylor. Instead, it goes to Jamal Charles, and he gains 8 yards on that check down. Third and a yard. 8:40 to play. Again, Walter White coming in. Don't call him Heisenberg. Trap left, Jamal Charles on third, and he is stopped shy of the first down. Lewis with the tackle, a loss of a yard, and it's 4th and 2 at the 49. So this is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination. 7:53 and a descending clock. Wilson punting to the sideline. That was a little off. 30-yard punt only. And Baltimore taking over at the 21. Again, your score is Kansas City 19 and Baltimore 12. 7:05 left in the fourth. McCulley, a 3-yard gain. He now has 7 carries, much like Jamal Lewis. He has 19 yards rushing, 6 carries for 58. 13 touches of the ball, which I don't think anybody saw coming before this game. A gain of 2 for Jamal Lewis. Ali making the stop for Kansas City. We're down to 6:17 left in the fourth. Ball is at the 26. What's Flacco going to do here on a big money third down? He's going to run, and he fumbles. And it was recovered by Buchanan. Buchanan returning the ball 23 yards, and a huge play for the Kansas City Chiefs. They now have it at the 5-yard line of Kansas City. Any score makes it a 2-score game. We'll go Charles on a dive. 5:30 now left in the fourth. Time becoming an enemy of the Ravens. And a 1-yard gain, which isn't exactly a bad thing right now for Kansas City, as they could keep that clock moving, which will go under 5 minutes with the snap of this ball. How about a play here to Tony Richardson, trapped to the right side, number 49. He scores. Of course he does. Touchdown, Kansas City. And the crowd at Arrowhead going absolutely bonkers, as it's starting to look like they are heading to Dallas for a quarterfinal contest that we will have for you next week. 25-12. If Butker could hit this point after, it's a 14-point game, which it is. 4:37 left to go. Fourth quarter. And Kansas City looking like they can book some reservations on Hotels.com for Denver. And here's Lewis taken at the 1. And it's a gain of 18 yards to the 19. Lydell Mitchum, Steve Smith Sr., and Roger Carr all coming in for Baltimore. So Mitchell will be one of the running back. Steve Smith Sr. is the left split end. Barry is in the slot on the left side. Alexander is in the slot on the right side, and Roger Carr is the right split end. 1st and 10 at the 19. That went to Barry. I'm sorry about the beep again. Gain of 9. Lewis on the tackle for the Chiefs. 2nd and a yard. 4:23 now left. Fourth quarter. Barry again, a nice grab. Gain of 9. That moves him to 4 carries and 39 yards on the day. I think the analyst out there will second guess Baltimore not using the running game that was so evident in the first round game with Vegas. Lydell Mitchell there, 8 yards. Robinson on the stop. 2nd and 2 from the 45. Incomplete. Looking for Carr. 3rd and 2 at the 45. Baltimore had a good year, looking like they'll finish 11 and 9 unless they make a great comeback here. Bell and Mitchell got tangled up. 4th and 2 from the 45. Could be the last chance for Baltimore, but Mitchell makes sure it's not. A gain of 6 yards. Bell on the tackle for KC. 1st and 10 at the KC 49. 2:59 left. Baltimore has to score and score quickly. Mays got a little hurt on that play. He went down a little earlier. He is one of the defensive tackles. 2nd and 10 at the 49. Screen to Lydell Mitchell. Mitchell with a lot of room. A gain of 15 yards. And will Baltimore call time here? They will not. 1st and 10 at the KC 34. Incomplete. Looking for Bell. 2nd and 10. The ball at the 34 still. And that is a throw for Sniff Sr. for 7 yards. 3rd and 3 at the 27. We have 2:08 here. A field goal will not help Baltimore. Flacco sacked by Mays. And Baltimore finally calling time. They will have 2 left. 4th and 5 at the 29. Is this au revoir to the Ravens? Mitchell, did he get it? He got it. 8-yard gain. 2-minute warning now. And your score is still 26-12 in favor of Kansas City. 1:50 to go. Baltimore 2 timeouts. Kansas City with 3 timeouts. That looks inconsequential now. And Mitchell, another 9-yard gain. 2nd and a yard at the 12. And we have had games, folks, where a team was 2 touchdowns down and they came back to tie it. Pittsburgh and New York a few weeks back was an example of this. Incomplete, so don't go away yet. Raymond Berry, 2 drops on the day. 3rd and a yard from the 12. They can't kick a field goal here. Incomplete. So this is it. 4th and a yard from the 12. They got to get a yard to keep things going, but now they're down to 1:37. And that pass, incomplete to Roger Carr. 1:34 left. And we'll just go Richardson on the dive. 8 in the box for Baltimore, but we got to see if they're going to call time. Which they do. They have 1 timeout left, so we'll make them burn their timeouts. Dive to Charles. If they do anything else. And Charles gets a 100-yard rushing day with the 3-yard gain there. 1:18, and Montana. Actually, no, we're going to go full house, and we're going to get Priest Holmes some work. Sweep to the left side. Baltimore playing short tight, but we're not going to dare do anything but run. There's your first down, and that'll be the ball game. 13 yards for Priest Holmes. And Montana can take a knee or two, and this will be over. Kansas City, the first team through to the quarterfinals. Ray Lewis winds up with 15 tackles on the day. And there it is, folks. As I was saying, it's now going to be Kansas City and Dallas in one of our 4 quarterfinals. And I believe that game will be, okay, so we're doing a game Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll take a day off. That'll be next Sunday, the 4 against the 5. And there you go, 26-12, your final. Your MVP was Jamal Charles. Team stats, very even, 319 yards. Chiefs were perfect. All the Ravens could do was get 3 field goals. And they wound up at 11 yards less than Kansas City at 3:08. 67 plays. Kansas City called 62 if my math is right, but they held the ball 32-40. Joe Flacco actually had the better passing day, but not by much. 24 for 50, 251, 1 sack, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Jamal Charles, 23 carries, 101 yards. That led everybody. McCauley with the most grabs, 6 for 58. Taylor had the most yardage, 5 for 59. And your leading tackler by far was Ray Lewis with 15. So there you go, folks. We have another game in the can. 5 down and 10 to go with the playoffs. Our game tomorrow, of course, will be Washington hosting Miami in their second round game. And so far in our playoffs, the home team's won every game. They're 5-0 right now. So this has been Big Paulie. Hope wishing you all a very blessed Saturday afternoon and weekend. Godspeed, God bless. We will do it all again, hopefully tomorrow. And bye-bye for now, everybody.